Hey, what up guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video I want to show you how to build this awesome phrase grabber right here. Okay, over the years we have always seen wallet phrase grabbers, which grabs the phrases and sends them to the email or to Telegram bots. But this right here is slightly different because it actually has an admin dashboard. You can see right here, which holds all of the inputs that that has been grabbed from the main website. Okay, so this has an admin dashboard, which also implies that it has a database. So I'm excited to show you this video, and a quick disclaimer before we get started: this video is only for educational purposes. Should anyone use items, materials, or knowledge gotten from this video for harmful or illegal purposes, they will actually bear full responsibilities for their actions. So please stick with me to the end of this video, because after reviewing this website right here, I'm also going to show you how to build this kind of website using the exact script which I just used to build this one right here. So with no further ado, let's get started into this video. As you can see, I'm already on the website which I've built, and it's screaming airdrop. Just by looking at it, you obviously know that this is an airdrop, which you can see some claim airdrop buttons right here and some icons of coins, and you just have the page layout basically. And of course you have some claim flare right here, telling you that some people have claimed here and there. Okay, so the main bone of contentment for this video is for me to show you how to actually grab a phrase. Now if I click on the claim airdrop button, and you're going to see first off the user interface. You can see how friendly it is right here. Keep scrolling. There are hundreds of coins and wallets right here. Okay, let me just quickly show you the search feature. So let's say I want to search for trust wallet. You can see trust wallet over there. Okay, let's say I want to search for meta. You can see that right here. So you can see that the search function is working properly. Okay, now let's just go with, let's go with Polygon wallet. Okay, now if I click on Polygon wallet, and then of course you can see the usual error. You can see try again. If you still click on the try again, it's still going to repeat the action, and it gets back to this place. Okay, now we have another outstanding button right here which says connect manually. So if I click on the connect manually, you can simply see this window right here which asks you to enter your 12 or 24 mnemonic words, or in other words, phrase. So let's say enter the phrase right here. Okay, so let's say this here is my phrase. Now if I go ahead to click on the connect wallet, because you can see connecting wallet, but guess what, this actually is going to be like this till eternity. Little do you know that back there in the admin dashboard, your details, your phrase that you submitted has actually been grabbed. So let's quickly reload this page and you see how busted you are. You can see that Polygon wallet, you can see the phrase right here. So you can see how smooth this website works, and you can see this is also still reading, which obviously is not going to let you know that there is an error whatsoever. So I'm just going to go ahead to show you how to build this website from scratch. Now to build this website, you obviously need a domain name, you will need a hosting account, which leads me to show you where you can get a recommended web hosting and domain that is not going to be killed. So let's go over to HostGrid and let me show you step by step how to buy domain name and hosting from HostGrid. So let's get started. Now we head straight to hostgrid.com. From the web hosting menu option, we'll go over to the shared hosting. And from this page, of course, I select the plan that I can afford. Thank you. Now from the domain page, I search for the domain I want to register, and of course choose the TLD that I want, and you can see my domain is available. I click on add to cart and then of course continue. And now it's time to configure the billing cycle for the hosting account, which we have the monthly, the quarterly, semi-annually, and annually. But in this tutorial, I'm just going to go with the monthly. Of course, I don't want to spend much. I click on continue and I click on continue next. Now on the review and checkout page, of course, we have your order summary. And if you have an account, you can go ahead to enter your account details. If not, just feel free to fill the form to register a new account. Or for me, I already have an account. Of course, I'm going to enter my email and also my account password. And then, of course, I'm going to choose a payment method that I want to use to pay for this invoice. And of course, any additional page. And then I agree to terms and conditions. Of course, I continue. And here comes the paystack payment page, which we have a lot of options. And my favorite is actually the transfer. Just gonna go ahead to make the transfer right here, and then boom, the transfer is done. And of course, my order is complete. Welcome back. As you can see, we have gotten our domain name and hosting account, and the next thing is for us to go ahead to build this website. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and log into my cPanel, which, as you can see, I'm already logged into my cPanel. Now, let's go ahead to upload our script. If I scroll down a little bit, I'll see the file manager. Click on the file manager, and then I head over to the public underscore HTML. So basically, everything you want to be displayed on your website should be placed inside the public underscore HTML directory. Of course, I'll go ahead and open that. Now, right here, you can already see my website files. One thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and clear these files. Okay, as you can see, this right here is my script, so I'm not going to delete this, but then I'm going to delete the rest of the files, and I'll rebuild the website from scratch. Of course, I'm going to click on select all, and I'm going to exclude the script file right here. Meanwhile, if you want to get the script file, just shoot me a DM on WhatsApp or on Telegram. My contact will be in the description of this video. Of course, I've gone ahead to highlight all the file items right here, and I've excluded the script file right here, which I'm going to delete the rest of these, and I'll go ahead to install these. So I click on delete, confirm. If you're doing this from scratch, probably head to the public underscore HTML, click on upload, select your file right here. So now let me go back, because I'm not going to do that in this video. But then when you go ahead to upload your video, you are going to see your file right here, just like the way I have it. Now I click on the file, and I right click and select extract. Go ahead and select extract files once more. You can close that, and you can see we have the extracted folder. You can go ahead to delete the zip file. Okay. Now, if I open up the directory, now I can just click on select all. But by the way, before you do this, go over to the settings right here, and make sure you have this show hidden files selected. If you don't do that, you're not going to be able to move this .htaccess and all other .files. Go over to the settings, make sure you have this selected, and click on save. When you have this done, then you can just click on select all. This step is actually not necessary if you still want to have these on your website. I mean, your domain name /these. But then if you don't want this step is necessary. So when you click on select all, you're going to hit the move. When you click on move, make sure you remove this. So since you don't want to be including this on your website link every single time, you just have to move all the items inside this directory out. Just remove these, then I click on move. Because I'm just going to go up one level, and you can see this directory right here is overly empty. If you want to confirm that, I'm going to open that again, and you can see it's empty. Okay, so if I go up one level, I can. So let's go ahead to install this script. I'll just head over to my cPanel home, and then I'll scroll to databases section, and I'm going to click on the data wizard. Of course, I'm going to create a database. No, I don't have to. Then I click on create user. Of course, add user to the database, then grant permissions. Just click that, and then click on make changes. That's all. Let's head over to, okay, I'll just get to copy one of these, because these and these are just the same. So let's just copy one of that. And let's head over to the file manager window. Head over to the app directory right there, and you can see this file I have over here called db.php. Now, if I right click on that and I'll hit edit, of course I'll hit edit once more, and then you can see right here I have my database information, which I can simply edit. This is for the DB name, this is for the DB username, and this. With that done, just simply click on save changes. When you have that done, then head back to your cPanel home. You can just click on the cPanel logo to head to the home. Scroll also to the databases section. Here you're going to see the PHP My Admin. Click on the PHP My Admin, and then you're going to see the database you just created. So if I click on that, I'm going to have an option to import. Importing means I will just have to, grab the SQL file, which I'm going to get from the file manager. So let me point you directly to where I can get the SQL file. So while on your public_html, head over to the app and head over to the SQL directory. Over here, you can simply see the SQL file. You can just go ahead and right click on it and download it. Head back to my PHP, my admin, click here, and then I'll click on import. All right, on the import page right here, I'm going to click on here to click on there to choose file. You can see the file that I already downloaded. So I click on it and open, and I scroll all the way down, and you can see import has been successfully finished. Now I have my database right here so if I click on the admin right here, I'm going to see the admin email and the default admin password. And if you want to reset the password, just go ahead and click here to reset. So let's go ahead and access this website right now. So if I click on my cPanel home, you can simply see my domain name right here. If I click on my domain, boom, my website is up and running. And now you can already see that the website is up and running. Now if you go over to the installation guide once more, you're going to see the admin part right here, and then you're going to see the admin default email and admin default password. When you log in, you can go ahead to change the email or change the password. So I hope you've learned how to set up this script, and very easily and quickly. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope the website makes sense to you. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any question, if you want me to review any particular script or how to build any particular kind of website, leave it in the comment section for me. I'll do well to give you a response. Okay. If you need this script, make sure to shoot me a DM on WhatsApp or on Telegram. Of course, my contact details are going to be in the description of this video. And one more thing, if you're new to my YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button, and you can just turn on the notification so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.